remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance.
Всем привет еще раз. Надеюсь, меня слышно теперь хорошо. И игру, надеюсь, тоже хорошо слышно. Хорошо меня слышно? Отлично, отлично. Сейчас я пока как бы в игре, но я не в игре, потому что не могу включить со второго устройства, чтобы увидеть комментарии. Пожалуйста, подождите минутку.
Sometimes the law is compatible with human nature, but sometimes the two conflict. Balancing the two is a discipline in its own right.
Так, ну все, я вернулась. Вроде все подключила, теперь комментарии я вижу. В общем, проблема была в ОБС-ке. У меня слетели настройки микрофона. Вот. Ну ладно, ничего страшного, вроде разобралась. Какие планы, в принципе, на сегодня? Как обычно, дейлики. Потом я хотела сделать... как называется? Дополнительные сюжетки. Вот. Да, я вроде всех немножечко подняла. Даже Кею я все-таки решила поднять. Просто подумала, так продолжаться нельзя, он не может у меня оставаться на 60 уровне. Такая, ну ладно. Потрачу все свои ресурсы на него. Кстати, вроде ведь сегодня годовщина, да, игры, если я не ошибаюсь. Вроде бы сегодня. В событиях выпал какой-то концерт. Нужно будет тоже его посмотреть, чтобы получить плюшечки. Привет, привет. Да потому что у меня персонажей-то сколько там их? Боже, а вы откуда появились? И все-таки когда-нибудь я поменяю мону на кого-нибудь другого, потому что мне механика не нравится.
Motion to compel.
Я что-то забыла про эти башенки, даже не посмотрела.
Incinerate. Motion to compel. Incinerate. Yikes!
Как меня раздражают эти хиличуры наверху на башенках. Я даже не хочу время тратить на него. Сам отстанет. Вчера, кстати, я сразилась с волком 1 на 1. Еле как, но победила его. Для меня прям это супер достижение. У него потом начинаются жесткие атаки, когда у него половину хп вынесешь. И там как бы нужно вовремя увернуться. Что у меня не всегда получается, далеко не всегда. Мне иногда хочется как-то отрицательно ответить, чтобы просто посмотреть, какая будет реакция у персонажей других. Но при этом мне не хочется терять примагемы. Такой быстрый дейлик. Так, отлично, много редиса выпало. Нужно бы еще пособирать эти грибы, как они называются? Филонема. Едва не сказала фламинго. Надеюсь, у него тоже какой-нибудь быстрый дейлик, чтобы не мучиться. Так, ладно, я почему-то подумала, что... Ладно. Но сегодня дейлики какие-то супер простые, даже неожиданно. Иногда прям бывают неприятные. У меня 44 ранг. А кто-нибудь смотрел этот концерт, который от разработчиков? Мне просто интересно, долго или недолго он идет.
Ad Astra. Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the...
О нет, мне аж стало не по себе. Возможно, я буду это делать втихаря. От вас скрывать. Думаю, можно отправить на денежку тоже. Так, ну все, 5 из 5. Да я не знаю, мне просто немножечко не по себе от этого. Я, наверное, как-то сначала сама пройду, хотя бы посмотрю, что это и как там. А потом такая, ну окей, вроде нормально, могу и постримить. Скорее всего, я так и сделаю. Так, у меня что-то с мышкой. Не то немножечко. И что это? Будто бы что-то прицепилось к ней, и она шуршит немножечко. Так, вроде сейчас все нормально. Так, ну как я и собиралась, сейчас будем проходить события, чтобы получить плюшечки, а потом пройдем одну дополнительную сюжетку. Хорошее название, конечно. Я приму к сведению.
I didn't know you were such a slacker.
Кстати, немножечко не по теме. Сегодня я начала смотреть сериал. Ну, это как? Это дорама. Я думаю, вы уже о ней все слышали. Это игра в кальмара. Но она такая немножечко напряженная. Там всего 9 серий, я посмотрела уже 6 за сегодня. Потому что у меня выходной, делаю, что хочу. И вот как раз 6 я смотрела непосредственно перед стримом. И стало даже немножечко грустно. И я думала, как мне начать стрим, потому что я была чуть ли не в слезах вся от того, что произошло в этом сериале. Что именно? Дорама? Дорама — это корейские сериалы. Игра в кальмара — это название этого сериала. Там всего 9 серий, на Netflix можете посмотреть.
Hey, guess who's here? Oh, no way! It's the Traveler and Paimon!
Ah, Traveler, welcome. Good to see you. What can I get for you?
We want some blackback perch stew!
All right. Blackback
Нет,
perch
Доктора
stew it
Хауса я
is.
не
Make
смотрела. Я
yourselves at
вроде
home. It'll be right out
когда-то
for you in just a moment.
давным-давно начинала, может, одну серию, и
I
потом не
was just
пошло мне.
thinking about you guys, and now you're here. It feels like you heard my call and came running. You mean you were about to come looking for us? Uh-huh. There's something I want to discuss with you guys. Did you happen to see how the city looked on the way over here? Everyone's getting ready for the Moon Chase Festival. Moon Chase Festival? Is that another one of Liyue's ancient traditions? That's right! Moon Chase is a big festival where we celebrate the arrival of the fall by moonlight. The old folks say that thousands of years ago, this was the time of the year when the Adepti would seek the way. But it's completely different nowadays. We eat our favorite foods, spend time with friends and relatives, enjoy the moon and the flowers. So much easier. Basically, we just do all the things that people like doing and don't take a whole lot of effort. Sounds like Paimon's kind of festival. With your great taste in food, Moon Chase Festival is sure to be to your liking. Hey, if you got a problem with Paimon's taste, just spit it out.
Да я просто
So are you
шучу,
guys
Пайма,
free
ну
these
что
days?
ты?
I'm taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs. If possible, I'd like you to be my culinary consultants.
That's right. Getting some suggestions from friends will broaden your horizons.
Masterful Chefs, huh? So is that like a competition? Right, yeah. I guess you probably haven't heard about it before. Every year, Moon Chase Festival has a different theme, usually picked by the Qixing. This year's theme is Feast of the Bounteous Land, so the Qixing decided to organize a cooking competition. Feast of the Bounteous Land.
Мне кажется, Пайман рада больше всего этому празднику.
Great theme! I totally agree. I heard it was Ningguang that came up with it. She's so amazing and so full of mystery. Well, I want to take part in the competition, but coming up with new dishes is hard work. By the time you finally thought of something, cooked it, taste tested it, it can be hard to judge whether you're really into something or not. And so, I was thinking, I could get the two of you to help by gathering everyone's thoughts on what makes a great dish. I really want to think outside the box this time. And to do that, I'm gonna need lots of different ideas from lots of different people. This'll be a piece of cake! We've got friends from all over the map, haven't we? sound pretty confident. Well, you know, not to brag or anything.
Я бы на самом деле не стала хвастаться, но там не было другого варианта ответа.
Okay, great. Also, Golbat should be back soon, so we can all go together.
Here's your black-back perch stew, folks.
It smells so good.
It's my pleasure.
Обожаю вот эти вставки. Вы вкусно покушали. Вы рассказали всю историю. Вы сходили туда-то.
Can be a bit of a handful, so please look out for her while you're out and about.
Это, знаете, тот момент, когда немножечко лень было рисовать все это, и ну, сделаем вставку, так проще.
You do well to be a little more cautious, like our traveler friend.
Don't worry, we're all friends here. Let's all look out for each other. Ah, and Guoma's back, roly-poling around as usual. All right, let's pack up and head out.
What's the hurry?
So, it's outside the box thinking that we're looking for, right? Hu Tao always seems to have a unique perspective, so let's make this our first stop.
Блин, а я что-то не помню. Мы с Ху Тао уже встречались? Так, ладно.
Yeah, it's Paimon and the Traveler. Oh, and Xiangling too. Oh, of course, Hu Tao. Way outside the box.
А почему они знакомы, если мы не
You're here
знакомы?
for some other reason, right? How might I be of assistance? Well, Hu Tao, I wanted to ask you, what kind of food do you like? What food I like? Off the top of my head, I don't really have an answer. Wow, so even Hu Tao gets lost for words sometimes.
Я вообще ее не
didn't see
помню.
that coming. Come on, even the chirpiest birds clock out for the night, right? I'm no different. Pretty sure clocking
так
out
это
isn't
типа
something
ранее
birds
должно было
do,
быть.
but
Ну
it's
ладно.
okay. Right. There's no need to overcomplicate it. Just pick a dish and tell me what you like about it.
Ну тогда и сюжетку можно с ней пройти.
I see.
Раз уж мы встретились с
Launching a
ней.
new dish? Well, let me say right off the bat, nothing weird, okay? Some poached fish, a side of shrimp dumplings. That is all you need. Poached fish and shrimp dumplings? That's a bit ordinary, isn't it? Well, it is and it isn't. Think about it. Poached fish is hot and spicy with a powerful aroma. It's a dynamic dish. Add a side of shrimp dumplings, and there's your static component. Got it? Dynamic? Oh, I can do dynamic. Mushroom slime stew, it... No, not that kind of dynamic. A dish is more than substance, it's a mood. Poached fish is red and spicy. It elicits a response from the eyes, ears, nose, and mouth. That's why I call it dynamic. Shrimp dumplings are more subdued, clear and smooth with a pure and subtle fragrance. I call that static. Combining dynamic and static is how you create a perfectly balanced meal. A union between opposite but complementary features coexisting in perfect harmony. Paimon didn't follow that at all. But at the same time, it kind of sounded smart, so... Okay. Dynamic and static. Opposite, but complementary. So is this just another way of saying you should keep everything balanced? You know, a little meat, a little veggie, a little salt, a little sugar? Bingo! Except I don't think you need to have a sweet dish for it to be a complete meal. Personally, I always skip dessert. Okay, I think I got it. At first I thought you were just goofing around, but actually you make a really good point. How did I ever doubt you, Hu Tao? Thanks. When it comes to telling tales, the storytellers have got nothing on
Оф,
Hu
я
Tao.
уже представляю,
Sounds
что
suspiciously like
сюжетка
a
с ней
compliment
будет
to me. I'll take it.
состоять из болтовни.
Uh-huh. Well, at least one of you gets it.
Но
Everything in
рано
this
или
world
поздно
runs on
нам
its
нужно
own set
будет
of
пройти ее,
principles.
поэтому
Be it the circle of life
лучше рано.
or sugar and spice. You either get it or you don't. Since the traveler seems to approve, I'll make sure to factor it in. Paimon thinks we're pretty much done here now. Let's head to Boo Boo Pharmacy next. Boo Boo Pharmacy? Yeah, you'll definitely get some interesting responses over there.
Тогда нам проще телепортироваться, даже бежать немножечко лень туда. Ух ты, Чичи, давно не виделись.
Is everything okay? Why, if it isn't the special guest who seldom visit. Less busy than usual, I see. Yikes! What happened to Baishu's voice? Excuse me? The neck. Oh, it's just Changsheng.
Welcome, welcome. Here to procure an herbal remedy, I presume?
No. We actually came for the conversation this time. We're here to talk food. I'm entering this year's cooking competition, so I wanted to ask you both. Oh, wait, there's 3 of you. I wanted to ask the 3 of you what kind of food you like. Most astutely self-corrected. We shall surely supply our assistance. You need to know what food I like?
Боже, я так
It's
хочу
all
ее
the same.
выбить.
No flavor.
Chi-Chi has some gustatory dysfunction and can't taste any food. Make no mistake, she's not being uncooperative.
Блин, может
I
стандартную
understand,
молитву
that's fine.
попросить.
Still, I'd expect Chi-Chi to have some sort of dietary preferences, though. There must be some dishes that you like the sensation of. Sensation? Yes, there's one. Coconut milk. Nice and cold. Well, that doesn't help us. It's not a dish, it's a drink. How about you two? Any thoughts? I like bite-sized morsels of meat.
I agree with Changsheng. Many of our patients are the elderly and young children. They find large chunks of fowl or seafood difficult to swallow and digest. Dishes where the ingredients have been finely chopped, on the other hand, are far more suitable for them. We also see plenty of people with colds and sore throats who find it difficult to eat rich food. From a purely pharmaceutical perspective, I tend to recommend soups and stews.
Got it. Would that be medicinal soups and stews? Medicinal soup. I don't like it.
I must apologize for having such a one-track mind. It's a little difficult to think about food without worrying about the health implications these days. We've had quite the endless stream of patients recently. If you ask me, I think the changing weather is to blame.
That's okay. Everyone's input counts. Keeping it seasonal and suitable for all ages sounds like a pretty good idea to Paimon. Medicinal dishes have higher demands in terms of
кстати,
nutritional
да,
balance than the
правду
kind of food I
сказали
normally
тут.
cook.
А то
I don't
действительно
usually focus on
кому-то
medicinal
будет
properties,
супер вкусно,
but since
кому-то
this is for a
невкусно, и
competition,
именно из-за
maybe I can score
возраста.
more points by
Можно
taking
даже
both
было бы
flavor
сделать
and function into account.
какие-нибудь блюда, которые делали раньше, но сейчас особо не готовят. Это, знаете, будет
Everyone
нотка
will like
ностальгии
it.
для тех, у кого
It's
уже
a great
большой возраст.
suggestion. Thanks, everyone. You're welcome. As long as we could help. It's great to have a doctor's unique perspective. I'm feeling inspired.
Oh, how you flatter me.
Receptivity to sensible suggestions make for a savvy chef. Oh, she is! Creating new dishes is Xiangling's favorite thing to do. You can be sure she'll put lots of care and attention into it. Everyone's got their hobbies, and mine is cooking. Usually I just go with my own ideas, but having a whole new perspective this time is sure to make a big difference to the end result. Great!
Ну и, кстати,
That makes this whole
какое-нибудь
trip worth it.
необычное блюдо тоже можно
Time to move on
подготовить
to the
в духе Сянлин
So we've got an
непосредственно.
independent thinker's perspective and a health perspective. Next, Paimon thinks we should probably talk to some picky eaters.
Блин, я, походу, немножечко не той дорогой пошла. Ну ладно. Нет, 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 не падать.
Oh, it's the traveler in Paimon. And Xiangling.
Greetings, friends. It's been a while.
Hey, what brings you here?
Has something happened? What's with this great big stone on the ground? Long story. So, just to confirm, I will assume responsibility for handling this stone of unknown origin. Any objections?
None here. You know how to get things done, Kuching. As long as it's with you, I can rest easy knowing that it's in safe hands.
Should I take this to mean that you doubt the relative safety of leaving this in the hands of the Tianquan?
Huh? Well, for starters, Ketching is the one who's always out running errands, rain or shine. Besides, you don't seem to give a wooden more about this whole thing anyway, so what's it to you?
I was merely joking. You, meanwhile, seem
У
only
них что,
too ready to
какие-то
pounce when an
тёрки?
opportunity to publicly lambaste me arises. Even when it means giving our poor mutual friend here the cold shoulder. By
Мне
no
даже
means.
интересно, что
You
случилось
wish to
между
know about
ними
the stone, I
двумя.
presume. Then let me invite the great seafarer Captain Beto to tell the story, if she would be so kind.
You... Fine. Well, it's a big one, right? And such a smooth surface, too. Makes you think there's gotta be a good chunk of jade in there.
It was found by a fishing crew, not far off the coast. It must have been underwater for years, so the erosion will be what's given it that smooth finish.
Finds like this cannot be kept as private property, and must be submitted to a holder of public office. Placing it into our custody will also give them peace of mind.
So, what's inside it? Well, we've hit it with just about every weapon we could get our hands on and haven't managed to even dent it yet. Clearly there's more to it than meets the eye. No weapon could smash it open. Wow. Paimon doesn't think we've ever encountered a stone like that before.
Kuching has taken an unusually keen interest in this giant stone, which is why we are leaving the matter in her capable hands.
Let's put that aside for a second. Traveler, what brings you here? Were you looking for someone? Actually, we were looking for all of you. We need all hands on deck here.
Oh? Hopefully not because there's been some sort of
Это мы
cataclysmic
вообще-то
event.
обычно помогаем, а не
nothing
наоборот.
like that. Paimon's just getting carried
Даже
away.
обидно слышать
I
такое
just wanted
от
to ask
него.
everyone about their food preferences. Food preferences? That's a little unexpected.
I have rather simple tastes. Precise, pure, smart, and sophisticated. That is all I require.
That's your idea of simple, huh?
I summed up my culinary requirements in 4 words. Is that insufficiently simple for you?
A few weeks out on the open ocean would fix your flawed definition of simplicity, let me tell you that.
What about you, Beto?
Me? If it's freshly cooked and piping hot, that floats my boat. If it's got a little chili pepper in there too, I'm one very happy captain.
Paimon thought you would have said bar food.
Oh, bar food works too.
As for me, it's got to be seafood. Okay, got it. So, seafood, piping hot, and, simple but sophisticated. And that's where I would disagree. Traveler, surely you've heard of golden shrimp balls. Oh my, they're my favorite. You need to wash and devein the shrimp, wrap it in finely sliced potato strips, then deep fry it to perfection. There's no room for cutting corners. They're very
Китсин
precisely
уже
put
загорелась
together. They
идеей
taste
об этих
pure.
шариках.
The presentation is smart, and the skill needed to cook them is highly sophisticated. It fits Ningguang's forward summary to the letter. Huh. So what you're saying is, for all the frills and trills, good food is all the same at the core? I heartily agree. Golden shrimp balls are a prime example. Their essence lies in combining art and nutrition in a single package. It is a dish of true value. Okay, got it. So Kuching loves golden shrimp balls. I didn't say that. Did I?
No, at least not outright.
Alrighty. Thanks for all your input. I'll be sure to take it all into consideration. Traveler, Paimon, do you have anything planned after this?
Угу, я так
I'd like you
понимаю.
to help me
Да,
investigate
да,
something.
я уже
It's
все
about this stone.
уже
You
узнала.
picked the right people for the job. We investigate stuff all the time. My thoughts exactly. The Qixing has a public duty to deliver our final verdict to the fishermen, but there are also some things I would like to investigate on a personal level. I'm sure you've become acquainted with the general background of the Moonchase Festival. However, I have my own understanding of this festival's roots. My grandfather was a researcher of Liyue's traditions. In his notes, he indicated that there was a deity called the Stove God in ancient Liyue, which people paid tribute to at a certain time of the year. Very few written records make mention of the Stove God, and those that do are notoriously confusing. Some scholars believe that the Stove God was just another title held by the Lord of Geo, but others suggest that this was a different deity
Всем
altogether.
приветик, кто
One folktale
подключился.
even claims that the ancients found the Stove God's shrine, but there was no statue. Only a huge, smooth slab of stone. Shortly after it was found, the stone was lost in transit, and it hasn't been seen since. This stone here has all the same features, so I suspect it could be the one that went missing all those years ago. After many years of researching ancient texts, my grandfather came to believe that the practice of paying seasonal tribute to the Stove God may be best described as a festival. He called it the Stove God Festival. That would make it the forerunner to the Moonchase Festival we know today. But this is all just theory and conjecture. To prove any of it, we'd need to start by identifying who the Stove God really was. Now that Rex Lapis has passed on, and Liyue has entered the age of humankind, his successor should continue to respect our nation's culture and traditions, just as he did. That's why I think the responsibility for this situation should fall to me. It's a chance to shed light on our history, revitalize an ancient tradition, and possibly prove my grandfather's
Ну, давайте
hypothesis
уже
along the way.
быстрее продолжим.
With any luck, we'll nail all
Хватит
three in one
болтать.
fell swoop. It was just a couple of days ago that we received this stone. Right after we decided to use food as the central theme for this year's festival. It makes me wonder. Maybe a divine will is at work behind all of this. 3 birds with 1 stone, huh? That's pretty efficient, even for cooking. Hey, don't worry about that. This sounds super important, so don't mind me. Besides, we're only... Wait a second. I got it! What? Why are you shouting? Kuching, can I tag along for your investigation? Uh-huh.
But
Since it's all about the stove god, I might get to learn something useful about cooking along the way. It'll be great inspiration for me in the competition. Please, let me come along. I promise I'll help.
if it means that much to you. Okay, I suppose you
Мне
can
так
come.
нравится персонаж Санин.
Yay,
И по
thank you so
внешне, и по
much. You're the
характеру.
best.
Я, правда, ей
Now
особо
that
не
that's
играла,
settled, time
но
to get going. Jingsa Village is said to be home to a
в
lot of
целом она
historical
очень
texts,
прикольная.
so I'd like to start by making some inquiries there.
Alright, then it's off to Chingsa we go.
Так, да, это слишком далеко. Поэтому только телепортом.
Cryo is always far more effective in the rain.
Отлично.
This is going to get interesting.
Пока я вижу геокулы, их тоже нужно собрать. Но смогу ли я их сейчас достать? Так, надеюсь, я сейчас все-таки успею. Да, вроде успеваю забраться. Не хочется просто падать. Отлично. Проще будет вот так, чем сейчас карабкаться куда-то наверх.
Hi, Granny. We need your help with something. Are there any old books around Chingsa Village? You know, from a really long time ago?
Oh, looking for ancient texts, are we? Let me think. There is an old warehouse over there, property of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Many books are stored inside, those that they have no room for at home. In fact, their youngest comes over this way to read sometimes.
The Feiyun Commerce Guild's youngest? You must be talking about Xingqiu.
Paimon didn't know they had a warehouse here. Let's go take a look.
Ой, что это нам сейчас нужно будет вот так? Хотя это рядышком. Ну ладненько. Но сначала я хочу забрать тот геокул. Пока опять же мы рядом. Так. Так, нет, нет, нет. Как же лучше забраться? Тут мешает крыша, блин. А почему? Почему не зацепляется? Может попробовать как-нибудь отсюда? Да почему не зацепляется? Что это такое? Неужели как-то будет проще с горы? Так, попробую сверху отсюда. И что, это я все равно тут снизу? А почему я думала, что с вершины буду? Ладно, это было очень глупо с моей стороны так думать. Так, а что если попробовать забраться? Все-таки наверх. Отлично. Так, наоборот, нужно было сюда. Мне что-то сегодня с ориентированием не очень. Ух ты, сколько тут всего.
Help! Ah, I'm being robbed!
It came from that direction. Come on.
Picked the wrong test subject.
come here to clean the book warehouse plenty of times before, but this is the first time I've run into these crooks.
Все время забываю
Are
про
you
Авто.
alright?
I
Да,
am,
я уже
thanks to all
запомнил.
of you. Hey, wait a minute. You're the traveler, aren't you? And you're with... Lady Kuching. An honor. Truly an honor.
We'll try not to take up too much of your time. I understand that this book warehouse is the property of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Could you advise whether we might find any text relating to the stove god in this collection?
The stove god? I heard that's the Lord of Geo, right?
Huh? Really?
Yeah. A friend of mine who conducts research mentioned it once before. We use stoves for cooking, and stoves are built from rock. Some people think that the stove is a gift from the Lord of Geo. And that's why they call him the stove god.
Seems logical enough. But do you have any books on the topic?
I'm sorry, I'd have to ask the young master about that.
Oh, any questions? Please, ask away.
Hey, it's Chongyun and Xingqiu!
Hello, one and all.
Его я, кстати, тоже в первый раз вижу.
Hey guys, what are you doing here?
I was bored with nothing to do, and thought I'd come out this way for a bit of reading. And then I thought, why not bring Chongyun along too?
Yes,
Они так
I'm
похожи
just along
между
for the
собой
ride, really.
внешностью.
I see the Yuheng Kuching is with you. Whatever brings you here must surely be a matter of grave importance.
Master Xingqiu, if I may be so bold, do you happen to know if there are any texts on the subject of the stove god among this collection?
Since I personally selected which volumes to store here, I do have some recollection of their contents. If my memory betrays me not, there is one volume among them called Demystifying the Legends of Liyue, which mentions the stove god.
Might I take a look?
Certainly. If it pleases my lady, I shall lead the way. Sheng, I will take care of things
Ну
here.
вот они
You're
очень
free to go about
похожи,
your own
Синсю и
business.
вот этот новый персонаж. Единственное отличие,
They're back!
точнее
So
не
did
то,
you
что
find it?
единственное отличие, как это правильно назвать. Они меняют
Yes,
немножечко
Master Xingqiu has
прическу
quite an
и
exceptional memory.
непосредственно цвет
Demystifying the
глаз.
legends of Liyue does indeed
И как
mention
бы
the
они
stove god.
другие, но как бы они
However,
одинаковые.
It says the following.
То же самое с Томой
The
и
body
так
of the
далее.
dragon wielded a tail that could eclipse the sun, and claws to command fire and teach the ways of wisdom. Receiving the gift bequeathed unto them, humankind cooked food with fire, and thus did they prosper. The body of a dragon? The stories about Rex Lapis say the same thing. That much is true, but this is the only passage in the whole book. If we want to find out more, we'll have to continue our investigation. There's nothing further to discover here. It seems we'll have to look at other options.
I come from a long lineage of exorcists, and our family too has amassed a number of ancient texts. Now that you mention the stove god, I seem to recall reading somewhere that this god once appeared at the Guili Assembly. Of course, I can't say if it's true or not.
Books are penned by people. All they can do is show what the author was thinking. Everyone's mind is different, so every book on a given topic will give a different account. I apologize that we could not help in a more substantial capacity.
Your help thus far is quite ample. Liyue is a vast and rich land. All things that existed here in the past have left their trace. So long as we do not abandon our search, it is sure to bear fruit eventually. Thank you all. We will continue our investigation elsewhere. Ah, hold up. I had a question too. Xingqiu, Chongyun, could you tell me what kind of food you like?
Food? Oh no. You're not thinking of
Или-
taking
или
part
на
in the
кого он
masterful chefs,
похож?
are you?
Yeah, I totally am.
Я
What's
видела
wrong?
прям
You look
такое
like
же
you've just seen a
лицо.
ghost.
Вот это есть же
Шанлин,
волчонок.
This is a major event.
Рейзер, его
I
имя,
beg
я
you,
не помню, если
Please
честно.
don't cook anything
Может быть,
strange
на
for this
него.
competition.
What do you mean strange?
Mushroom slime stew, to give one example.
Okay, fair enough. That dish isn't my most popular. But that's why I'm doing all this research, so I can create some really special dishes to win everyone over.
Well, in that case, I like cold food.
That's 'cause you can't handle hot and spicy, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
My tastes are on the mild side. I prefer gentle dishes with minimal seasoning. Soups and stews, vegetables and broth, seafood or freshwater fish, either boiled or steamed. These kinds of dishes I am most partial to.
No surprises from the Gugua Geek. Okay, another mild child. Got it.
These are just personal preferences, and everyone's are quite different. Are you sure this eclectic mix of opinions will be of any use?
Of course! You're my customers, and putting a smile on customers' faces is my calling as a chef.
Though Xiangling's market research blade stabs often into the dark, her heart never strays from the noble path.
If anyone can win hearts and minds with their cooking, it's gotta be someone like Xiangling. She's got pure intentions and really cares about the customers. No, where's all this praise coming from? Knock it off, guys. You're embarrassing me. Sorry for holding you all up. That's all I needed to know. Shall we carry on with the investigation now? Over to you, Kuching.
Ну, наконец-то возвращаемся мы к расследованию, потому что
We've learned the stove god
одни
allegedly made an
разговоры
appearance at the
утомляют.
Guili Assembly. But today that place is largely a wasteland with few traces of human activity. Longshu Inn is close by, so let's stop off there on the way over and see what we can find out.
Forgive us, for this is where we must part ways. May your journey be a smooth one.
Yes, best of luck.
Кстати, у
If
меня
you
же
run into any
есть
difficulties,
Синсю,
come and find
поэтому
us.
я думаю,
We'll
может
be only too
быть,
glad to help.
его прокачивать вместо Моны, но не знаю.
Let's go! Next stop, Longshu Inn!
Так, нужно куда-нибудь повыше забраться. А куда тут можно повыше? Может, по дереву как-то? Да-да-да, он у меня выпал. Я как-то крутила его и... Ну как так? Ну что это? Почему сразу не прожимается, я понять не могу. Так, ладно, в следующий раз тогда. Я не понимаю, зачем я сейчас отпустила. Я прямо сегодня сама себя раздражаю, потому что я даже по мосту пробежать не могу. Что это вообще такое? Черт. Отлично. Хорошо. Лиза со своей шляпкой просто спасает.
Traveler, who are all these people?
Friends of ours! Allow Paimon to introduce Xiangling, Guoba, and Kuching.
Kuching? Of the Chishing? She's the,
Hi.
It's not that. It's...
Кицин
I'm-
прям местная
I'm just your
знаменитость.
typical commoner. I've never met someone as high up as the Yuhang before in my whole life.
Look at that strong body, those powerful hands, and honest eyes. This guy must be a really great chef.
So, is there something I can help you with? You've come a long way out to end up at Wangshu Inn.
Let me fill you in.
Oh, okay. I see.
Legends claim that the Stove God once appeared at the Guili Assembly. As Wangshu Inn is the oldest extant building in this area, any historical texts from around these parts are likely to have ended up here. Is there a room in this inn for storing books? And if there is, do any of them mention the Stove God?
Well, now that you mention it, we do have a fair few ancient texts here. I remember looking through an old recipe book once. I just need to remember where they're
Ой, я
all
думаю,
stored.
это как раз было бы
If you're
идеально
happy to wait here
для...
for a few minutes, I'll go have a look right away. Oh, Traveler, there's something I need to discuss with you.
What is it? We need to pay up or something?
What? No, I wouldn't take your money. We're all friends here. I just wanted to ask if you had the time to make a satisfying salad for me.
A satisfying salad? What for?
Я не dogадываюсь, если
Yeah,
честно.
guy who hangs out on the roof terrace, you know? Good-looking fella, not too tall.
Нет, я вообще его не
Don't you
помню.
think he can hear you?
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe.
А,
Anyway, you know who I mean.
этот... Я
The
забыла
boss
его
told me to
имя.
take care of him, but this guy, let me tell you,
Да.
he is one tough nut to crack. He usually turns his nose up at
Я не
everything that
помню
isn't
его
almond
имя.
tofu.
Но я помню,
But
что
the
я
boss tells me he
хотела
once
к
made him
себе
a
его в
satisfying
команду.
salad, and it all went down so well. So I was thinking, could you teach me how to make it too? That way, I'll have something else in my arsenal.
Oh, so this is for Xiao.
Да, Сяо,
You
Сяо.
guys really look
Боже,
after him,
моя
huh?
память на имена
Well,
это
that's
просто
life, right?
что-то с
You gotta
чем-то.
look out for your own people. All right then, wait right here. I'll be just 1 minute.
Clock is ticking. 59, 58. Sorry for the trouble, Traveler. Okay.
Here you are.
Thank you ever so much. While Kuching's reading her book, let's make that satisfying salad. Xiangling, what are you gonna do? I'd love to come watch too, but I don't want to get in the way, so I'll just stay here with Kuching. Okay, shall we go then?
Go ahead and get started. I'll just watch from over here. I only need to watch you make it once to have it committed to memory.
That should do it.
All right, thanks for that. I think I've got it now.
А, да, мы уже сделали?
You got all the steps down, right?
Of course. Don't forget, I am the best chef around these parts.
Let's go see what Kuching and Xiangling are up to.
Я думала, это прям будет как-то показываться, но...
Kuching, Xiangling, we're back! You finished cooking? Good timing. We finished our reading too.
And? Useful? Or no?
Useful. There is a passage concerning the Stove God, and it's not what we were expecting. I quote, 60 miles to the northwest is the Guili Assembly. Many were settled there, where they hunted in groups, farmed the land, and made their living from what the soil yielded. When the Stove God descended, one god became many, all of which were the height of children. As does a star when it descends into the world, so the Stove God went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire. With fire, the people at last learned to make hot food, and they dined on rice congee and cooked meat thereafter. This is a radically different account from the one given in Demystifying the Legends of Liyue, and also a conflicting one. One god became many? Does that mean there was more than one Stove God? Taking the text at face value, that is what it says. Went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire. So did the stove god really go and teach people how to cook firsthand?
Now that's a god who truly cared for their people.
У меня, если
So,
честно,
we've
тоже
got two
немножечко
leads, but they
слишком
contradict
длинно.
each
Почему
other.
так много
How do we
разговоров?
know which one to believe?
By continuing our investigation and reserving judgment for now. Thank you for this text, Yanxiao.
It's my pleasure, really. Think nothing of it. If anything, I should be
Но
thanking the
так
traveler.
как я на стриме, я не
Listen,
буду пропускать,
You've helped me an awful lot.
потому что,
Not just today, but
возможно,
in the past
кто-нибудь
too.
посмотрит,
I want to make it up to
и
you
человеку
properly,
будет
and as it
интересно.
happens, things are pretty quiet here today. So I'd like to take the chance to treat you all. What do you say? Will you stay for a meal?
Wow, he sure sounds confident in his cooking. I like that. Confidence is one of the best ingredients a chef can have. I really want to try his cooking. I say we take him up on his offer.
It's hard to refuse a generous offer like that. Yes, I think we can fit this in. Yanxiao, we await your culinary creations with great anticipation.
I won't disappoint.
Так, мы, как всегда, сейчас закатники немножечко возьмем.
Everybody, please be seated.
Почему мне не дали забрать закатники?
You think you own the place.
I'll sit here with Guoba.
Here we are. That's everything you ordered.
It all smells amazing. I think I've met my fellow finalist. It smells beautiful.
Strange. I never would have guessed that such a gifted chef worked here. This inn isn't particularly known for its food.
Everyone likes a
Знаете,
good
даже
meal, whether
курочки
they're staying the night or
захотелось.
just stopping by for a bite. We call it an
Её очень
inn,
хорошо
but the fact is
нарисовали.
it's much more than that. We have to cater to all aspects of daily life to make this a true home away from home. Please enjoy your meal at your leisure. I should get back to work now.
Yanxiao, are you taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs?
Huh? You too?
Yup, I've signed up already, and I've got my eyes on the prize. Your cooking's delicious, Yanxiao. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the final.
Huh. Interesting. All right. I'll see you there.
What was that? Some kind of power move?
No, it seemed more sportsmanlike than that.
Yup, he's a really talented chef. His food was excellent, and it showed he has a level-headed personality. That's the kind of chef that could be a match for me.
Давайте уже
I
проскочим
haven't
этот
had any
момент. Я не
competitive
хочу
cooking
смотреть больше
experience
на
since my cook-off
еду.
with Brooke in
Она
Springvale.
выглядит супер вкусно.
You're too kind. Guoba, what are you doing?
Guoba's eating the...
Those were Kuching's. How could you steal them while she wasn't looking?
Oh, my golden shrimp balls.
Huh? You ate every last one? Guoba, we've been through this. When we're with friends, you gotta be on your best behavior, okay? I'm so sorry, Kuching. I promise I'll make it up to you. What's the big deal? We can just get another plate. After all, it's Yanxiao's treat today. It's not the same, though. The moment's gone. Sure, you can eat something else, but you can never go back and change the feeling of despair as your food is snatched away from right under your nose. The dining experience is a trinity of emotion, food, and atmosphere, and you've got to have all three to make it work.
I have to say, now that you mention it, that is a very accurate appraisal of the situation.
I'm gonna make it up to you, Kuching. Is there anything you want to eat? Anything at all. Whatever it is, I'll make it for you.
I don't have high hopes for this, but equally I don't want her feeling guilty. Okay, I'll let her do this for me.
If you insist, there is one dish that perhaps you could try making for me. It's an old recipe from my grandfather's notes. No problem. May I see it? I'll get it to you when we're back in Liyue Harbor.
Кстати, будет прикольно, если в итоге Синлин
Traveler,
приготовит
have
как
you
раз
finished
это
eating?
новое блюдо.
Before we do anything else, let's head back to Liyue Harbor. I need...
Все, я уже, знаете, немножечко устала слушать. Тем более там уже ничего важного нет. Так, нет. Я просто хотела забрать закатники. Спасибочки. И пока. Я даже сначала не заметила.
I need to go home to fetch my grandfather's notes. Let's meet at
Все,
Wanman restaurant
накол
later.
меня, накол.
Great! I'll go get everything ready. Traveler, what about you? Are you gonna do your own thing for a while, or do you want to come in and have a seat?
Нет, единственное, я хочу, чтобы вы
actually have
меньше
something to discuss with
болтали.
you. You go
Это
ahead. We'll
единственное
join you
мое
later.
желание.
Okay, gotcha. Traveler, come here for a moment. I need your advice on something. What do I need to do to get along with Xiangling? Seriously? That's what's stressing you out? What's so strange about it? Why are you looking at me like that? You're super smart, and you're always so sure of yourself. Paimon thought you'd never... Well, that's just ridiculous. Xiangling's always so warm and friendly with me. And this time especially. And now she's desperate to do me a favor. So, is that supposed to mean... I'm just not used to dealing with people who are so warm right from the get-go. How exactly am I supposed to respond to that? Okay. Noted.
Все, пока.
What's making Kuching so self-conscious? Hey, we're here! Hey, grab a seat. I'm just running through my ingredients to see what... Oh, we're gonna do this now? What is it? But this is your idea! Why you gotta dump it on Paimon? Okay, so back at Longshu Inn, we noticed you and Kuching were getting along pretty well. So you really like hanging out with her, huh? Yep. Kuching's good-natured and easy to be around. The kind of person everyone wants to know, right? You're a braver person than Paimon. The first time we met Kuching, Paimon found... You think so? I remember thinking straight away that she was really easy to get along with. Didn't you see her sneaking treats to Groba back at Longshu Inn? Yeah, she's great. We know that now. We're just talking about first impressions. First impressions? Oh, okay. Hey, have you guys eaten grilled shellfish before? They can be hard to crack at first, but they taste amazing that way. We've eaten shellfish before, but I don't think we've ever tried eating them grilled. Oh, you're missing out. I'll grill some for you another time. But anyway, Kuching's like a shellfish. Maybe a little closed off at first, but once you get to know her, she's got a soft and squishy side. Not to mention that even after her favorite food was stolen away, she was still happy looking after Groba. You make a good point. You know, Xiangling's intuition for people seems really spot on. All right, let's see. We're okay for carrots and crab, and we still got some ham and mushrooms. I wonder what Kuching's recipe... Huh? What was that noise? What's going on? What the... That bird is huge! Ah, it's the ladybird!
Excuse me, one shall not be addressed in such a manner.
Обожаю Пайман.
One shall be known as Adeptus,
От
whose
диалогов.
name, should you care to mention it, is Cloud
И
Retainer.
сейчас у меня уже глаза начали слепаться.
Cloud Retainer. That does sound like an Adeptus name.
Well spoken. One shall let this young lady's enlightened words. A while it has indeed been, traveler. Does one surmise correctly that you hate? Ah. So even the illustrious traveler has been summoned to attend the Moonchase Festival.
The theme? You mean Feast of the Bounteous Land?
8 человек.
The very same. Moonchase Festival falls during the season when many cooking ingredients. Let it be known that one's culinary proficiency and ingenuity is uncontested in all the world.
Вот это поворот.
Supreme cuisine what? What's a supreme cuisine machine?
Patience. One's purpose here today is to meet and to greet. Nothing further.
Мне
All
кажется,
shall be
будет сейчас
revealed before your
интересно.
very eyes. When the traveler, you are one who has witnessed much of the culinary world. When the day comes, one would be most pleased to see
Прикиньте
you in
сразиться
attendance,
с адептом
offering your
в
most
кулинарном
vociferous
поединке.
ovations.
Oh, so we're officially invited?
That which is implicitly understood. I shall say no more and dwell here no longer.
Действительно,
Await
довольно
my
слов,
word.
я
Be
согласна с
there or
этим.
beware.
This bird always disappears just as quickly as she shows up. Wait, not bird, Adeptus. Hey, she seemed like someone very prestigious and very talented at cooking. She definitely loves her food. What are you all huddled together over here for? The Adeptus
Ну
left
просто
already.
есть люди, которые смотрят в повторе, и, возможно, им будет интересно.
Yay, Kaching's back!
Поэтому я не буду скипать в любом случае.
Sorry,
Возможно, я буду быстрее немножечко пролистывать, хотя бы когда текст проявится полностью.
Unfortunately, the texts my grandfather worked with were very old, usually faded, damaged, or both. Some parts are missing from this recipe. Oh, okay. Let me take a look. Give me some time. I need to look into it. Sorry for the trouble. You're all here?
Это что, Мона?
That voice sounds familiar.
А нет.
Sorry to interrupt your conversation.
Я почему-то по
I
обуви
was in the
подумала,
area
что
buying
Мона,
a
и
few
такая,
things,
оп, она
and I
что,
heard the
вернулась?
disturbance, so I felt compelled to come take a look.
You mean Cloud Retainer? I saw her too. She just suddenly showed up right in the middle of the street. Whatever adeptal power that was.
Lady Kaching, you saw her too? Do you, have a moment? I need to discuss something with you.
What is it, Ganyu? Has something urgent come up while I've been out?
No, it's nothing work-related. I wanted to ask about,
A personal matter? Involving me?
Почему
Surely I haven't
Китсин
done anything
переживает
improper
из-за
recently, have I?
всего
please,
буквально?
Lady Kaching? This is really important to me.
Oh, okay.
I noticed Cloud Retainer was here for quite a while. Did she say anything about...
About your childhood? No, nothing at all.
What? Really? Thank goodness.
Теперь мне стало интересно.
I was getting really worried. Once she gets talking to people, she tends to go...
Your name didn't even come up, so you've nothing to worry about.
Мне кажется, она что-то скрывает. Я согласна с тобой, Пайман.
Please, no, don't do that to me.
Of course not. Whatever it is, I'm not curious and I'm not going to ask. If Ganyu has a secret and she wishes to keep it that way, nobody should make it their business to try and get it out of her. Yes, ma'am. Paimon will never bring it up again.
Kaching, I thank you. You're so kind and considerate. I've all...
С ней ведь тоже есть дополнительная сюжетка, если я не путаю, поэтому думаю, возможно, мы узнаем историю.
Oh my, you're right. I should. Okay.
Hey, what are you trying to say? Don't worry, Ganyu. We will.
Thanks. Hope hope to see you again soon.
Just ignore her. Hey everyone! I just had an idea. It only occurred to me when that Adeptus showed up. Do you think the Stove God could be an Adeptus? Ooh, could be! I don't want to assert either way, but it seems highly likely. In that case, we should go ask the Adepti about it. Master? You mean your teacher is an Adeptus? Uh-huh. She's over at Eugene Terrace. Come on.
Проще телепортироваться. Я уже, знаете, немножечко начала жалеть о том, что начала проходить где-то особое событие во время стрима. Как-то я думала, что пройду его за минут 15-20, а оно уже идет час.
Hello, Xiangling.
Madam Ping is Xiangling's master? I did not expect that. Master, how are you keeping these days? Are you well?
Oh, very well, thank you. What a surprise it is that you all had the time.
Hello. Master, we came here because we have a question for you. Do you know about the Stove God?
Of course I know the Stove God.
Does this mean you know them personally?
Вот один из больших минусов этой игры, Genshin, имею в виду, в принципе, очень много диалогов пустых, которые не имеют никакого смысла.
So you came to hear some stories about the Stove God.
That's right. We're investigating something that happened recently.
I see. The great
Ну, кстати, некоторые, наоборот, все скипают и не смотрят вообще.
I did indeed know the Stove God of whom you speak, but it was a great man. Moonchase was originally a rite observed by the Adepti, not something in which the ordinary people of Liyue would ever partake. On nights when the moon shone bright, everybody would get together for joyful reunions. Later, Rex Lapis unified all of these various festivals under the Moonchase name to honor an old friend of his. In short, the heavens were our witness as we vowed to the moon to come together in joyful solidarity.
Rex Lapis.
That friend made many contributions to Liyue,
Если бы вы все знали,
and
что
Rex
властелин
Lapis
камня
would not
жив
have them go unrecognized. I can
и
only
просто
presume that the
прохлаждается.
Stove God Festival was one of the many subsumed into the Moonchase Festival.
In the hands of Rex Lapis, our nation's traditions were faithfully upheld.
Ah, Kuching, I simply won't allow you to be so down on yourself. Nothing would delight Rex Lapis more than to know that those who follow...
Thank you.
Lady Kuching.
Huh?
Lady Kuching, Lady Ningguang wishes to speak with you.
Ningguang's looking for me? Must be important. Please excuse me, everyone. There she goes. Kuching's a lot more serious when she's got her work face on.
Do you want to know who Rex Lapis's friend was?
Oh! Hi, my guys!
Yes, precisely. There are few genuine coincidences in the world. The Stove God was a good friend of mine, too. What a pity it is that the god is now...
How could that happen?
It is to everyone's regret that the Stove God passed. But gods cannot be fully destroyed, and we made a pact to wait until the land became fruitful once more.
Really? Master, you must miss the Stove God a lot, right? From the way way you talk about it all, it sounds like...
Yes. Thinking back on it all, there are many I'm pleasantly surprised to find that Kuching is investigating this. She is a tenacious child, and anything she sets her mind to, she will diligently pursue. Unfortunately, however, I cannot simply give her the answer. Kuching's grandfather once researched the stove god, and now she follows in his footsteps.
You knew Kuching's grandpa?
Of course. I count all the people of Liyue among my good friends. I remember when he was the same age as Kuching is now. Grandparent and grandchild are definitely made from the same mold. Both diligent enough to take on anything and bold enough. I like to think of Liyue as my own little potted plant. I've watched it grow and blossom, and it grows more beautiful all the time. In the blink of an eye, for new blossoms must bloom on the branches if the tree is to remain evergreen. And my dears, you are absolutely right to focus your investigation on the stone. I should like to see the stone for myself if you would lead me to it. Perhaps the truth will emerge even...
Шелковицу точно нужно забрать. Так, а ее тут больше нет поблизости? Так, думаю, пока хватит. Ой, Китсин уже тут.
You're all here. I was just about to send someone to fetch you.
Kuching, has the stone undergone any changes?
A crack has appeared in one corner, but we still can't tell what's inside.
What happened? Did someone chip it while no one else was looking?
Не думаю.
More likely a natural occurrence. Our weapons have had no effect on it.
How would a natural occurrence crack it open?
This is because the stove god draws power from the actions of the masses. The heat of a busy kitchen, the joy of a reunion.
All the books say the stove god is the deity of food. So is the stone opening up because everyone's cooking for the festival?
Statues draw power from their people. So, if the stove god has dominion... Ningguang and I chose Feast of the Bounteous Land as this year's theme. And now every chef signed up for the competition is busy preparing.
Plus, a lot of families have reunion feasts around this time. With everyone back home, the whole city's bustling with people, and that... So if the stone cracked because Liyue started getting festive, that's gotta be it, right?
Well...
Okay, the fact that cooking is involved gives us a perfect... The selection phase of masterful chefs will be held
Ну все, я
indoors
уже
and seen
сама
by
не
only a few
выдерживаю,
people.
поэтому как
The
можно
finals will be
быстрее
held
буду
outside in
закрывать
public.
диалоги.
Everyone who wants to will be able
Мне
to
уже
come and
самой не
watch it.
хватает нервов.
The atmosphere will be incredibly lively.
And when the finals end, boom! We'll get to see who the...
It's definitely a possibility.
Well, I've already signed up, so I should be able to help.
Yes, for a chef as accomplished as yourself, getting to the finals should be a breeze.
All this talk of cooking competitions is making Paimon hungry.
Ну все, давайте уже что-нибудь приготовим вкусненькое и посмотрим на фестиваль. Так, получается все. Так это еще не все. Давайте на сегодня... На сегодня все, просто еще диалогов я сегодня не выдержу. Что? Где это? Так, а получается... А. Нет, не заканчивается стрим еще. Нет, 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 я пока не заканчиваю. Я вот как раз хотела завершить эту историю. Я-то уже устала сюжетку проходить, и теперь мне даже немножечко лень проходить дополнительную сюжетку. Но у меня есть все ключики, поэтому как бы нужно потратить. Так, задание вот. В какой из сюжеток поменьше диалогов и больше действий? Нет, 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 никакого данжа сегодня. Я еще не настроена. И мне только их трое. Мне нужно еще прокачать этого Кею. Так, давайте сюжетку гоню пройдем тогда. И можно как раз получить. А я могу открыть, да, их все, по сути. Ой, отлично. Нет, ладно, потом попозже еще открою. Я думаю, может быть, завтра открою вот эти, как они называются. Тоже дополнительные сюжетки, но уже такие маленькие истории. Тут уже 2 ключика понадобится. Так, а если отсюда будет быстрее долететь?
It's shocking how much work there is to do, even for the 3. And she's been handling it alone all along. The Qixing secretary. Huh? You're...
Aren't you Ningguang's servants? How come you're here?
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretaries, not servants.
Have you seen Miss Ganyu, Traveler? It has been several days since Ganyu left for Joyun Karst. She's the general secretary of the Liu Qixing. We've only taken over her responsibilities until she gets back.
Even though the Qixing have made peace with the Adepti after the latter had denounced Liu, they commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Julian Karst and bring... Still, Ganyu should have been back to her usual responsibilities by now.
Is that so? Maybe Ganyu just took a little detour. Who can blame her after working so hard?
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, she's been nothing but the most conscientious person in all
Только
of
не
Liyue.
говорите, это Нингуан и Кицин.
Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at you. She couldn't possibly be using her mission as an excuse to slack off.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is. But she's half Adeptus. She wouldn't get in trouble, right?
It's because of this absurd workload of hers. When we first heard the three of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be a matter of changing our work environment.
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the three of us are used to doing.
Speaking of Julian Karst,
Некоторые
Traveler,
ответы Люмин такие
I've heard that you
грубые.
can go in and out of there as you please.
Of course! We've been there lots of times.
Ah, that's good news. Could you go to Julian Karst and find Miss Ganyu for us? Preferably before we collapse under this workload. We're saved. I remember Miss Ganyu said that she'd be visiting.
It's about time she came back.
No, perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our overtime pay again.
So Ganyu left to visit Cloud Retainer. Doesn't she live in Mel Outsong?
В смысле? Это разве... Почему у меня сняли ХП? Я же хотела нормально приземлиться. Это разве моя вина, что сразу в заставку переключили? Я просто... У меня нет слов. Это максимально сейчас несправедливо. Сегодня одного, скорее всего. Так, а сколько идет стрим? Он уже идет 1,5 часа. Ну, посмотрим, сколько еще мы эту сюжетку будем проходить. Скорее всего, не менее получаса. Там уже и 9 часов пройдет, и спать пора. Я теперь даже боюсь судить о том, насколько может затянуться сюжетка. Я не помню с кем из персонажей тоже я решила пройти дополнительную сюжетку, и она затянулась не 1,5 часа вообще. А у меня были еще планы тогда на игру. Хотела я что-то там поделать, но уже потом подустала. Я сейчас не буду осматривать, мне лень менять на лучников. Ой, нужно бы еще будет руду собрать. Так. Это вообще что такое? Еще бы чуть-чуть, и я бы сказала всем пока.
Standing over there. That's Ganyu. We found Ganyu. Here you are.
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here? I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yua High Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Так, а что случилось?
Huh? You don't want to be the Qixing secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back.
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in
В
vain.
смысле?
What? Did something happen?
Так,
The
ты меня
clouds
пугаешь.
fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time until I had to leave. My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen,
Да, только они
Baishao,
там
and Baishe.
зашиваются.
Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since the Qixing gave me a chance to leave with dignity, I decided to be tactful as well.
Вот что происходит, когда люди перестают разговаривать.
I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Jueyun Karst. Looking at the clouds
Это,
floating
кстати,
among the
хороший
mountains
пример
brings me peace of
того,
mind.
что каждую проблему
I feel better
необходимо
now.
обговаривать, а не так, что как-то обидеться, продумать у себя в голове какие-то самые негативные события, да, или последствия, и все заранее решить. Нет, нужно разговаривать всегда.
But
Она просто сама себе
Who
надумала,
disturbs the peace of these mountains?
и вот и вся проблема.
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry. We just...
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow, you Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well. A matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year. Ah, yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
Кстати, вот те самые истории.
Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed. When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to... Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball.
Знаете, я бы не очень хотела, чтобы, например, обо мне рассказывали такие истории.
The day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the so fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had...
Cloud Retainer?
Супер искренний смех от Paimon.
Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
One's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your arrival. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst shall not be good for her. One will tell you more about her, if you... Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts. Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong. Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Jueyun Karst. She should be in the southern part of Mount Aotsong right now.
Huh, is that so? Let's go take a look then.
Отлично. Но тут хотя бы сама история немножечко поинтересней. Ух ты! Очень интересно на самом деле.
Motion to compel.
Ну как же я промазала-то?
Boom! Chia! Da, chia!
Вот он, двойной удар. Ладно, Кию не жалко. Это супер интересно. Просто сейчас что происходит. Ой, отлично просто. Тут еще и сундучки. В плане годного аниме я не смотрела, поэтому даже подсказать не могу. Если тебе вдруг что-то интересно посмотреть, как раз посмотри сериал «Игра в кальмара». Это супер динамичный сериал. Мне он очень зашел. Так, давайте подальше чуть приземлимся, чтобы не было ситуации, как до этого, когда мне сняли просто хпшки ни за что.
Why did you come here? Humans should not remain in the realm of Adept. Considering the kindness you have shown.
Yay!
This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it will...
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready, we shall be...
Да я вся покоцанная, блин. Так, подождите, что нужно сделать? Так, отлично, ладно. Да блин. Да как? Так, отлично. И...
If you could see through the eyes of an Adeptus, you wouldn't be so surprised. We're way behind schedule.
Да почему? Так, ладно, это... О! Я надеюсь, что я успею. Все, успею, отлично.
We've completed the task.
Ну, хотя бы какая-то
What do you
динамика появилась.
Hardships are a fact of life, both for the Adepti and humans alike.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once you're
The training's not over yet. The part prepared...
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
No. The only Adeptus who can unlock my true potential is...
Who is it?
Conqueror of Demons.
Ух ты! Сяо.
So it's Xiao. That cold-hearted loner? How come he's prepared a trial for you?
I found him unapproachable at first, too. But I believe that being able to face him is an important part of my homecoming. He's already waiting for me. Come along.
Of course we are. Let's go.
Так, хотя сначала я полечусь на всякий случай. мало ли что. А, я здорова. А когда я успела?
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of humankind.
Да чего ты такой жесткий?
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer.
I don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you with your training.
Xiao is such a strict teacher.
You're neither an Adeptus nor a human, always treading the line between the two worlds. It must create a lot of confusion.
Да давай поспокойнее,
Instead of
что ты
explaining
прям
yourself to me,
ругаешь нас.
you should face your true self.
I have nothing to hide.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution. The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of your body.
Yes. I'm ready.
The trial's begun! Paimon can feel it in the air. Even the weather's changed.
О боже, я же прям очень плохая в таком.
The transport coordinators will probably moan about the muddy mountain roads again, though.
Можно я просто своими? Я лучников терпеть не могу. Это вообще не мое.
This will be frozen in time.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Не люблю этих огненных попрыгушек. Так, ну тут самый лучший Лиза, конечно же. Так, я забыла, что они... Я совершенно забыла, что они очень хорошо по воде бьют. Да, я сама сейчас облажалась очень серьезно.
Next on the agenda.
Привет, привет. О, только не вы, прям. я тут сама облажалась с этими... С этими огненными я прям сама облажалась очень сильно. Точнее, не огненными, а...
Born of ice and frost. We're way behind schedule. All hail.
Да, сейчас одна играю. Я, в общем, облажалась с электрослаймами. Я как-то совершенно забыла, что первая попытка. Совершенно забыла, что они тоже бьют меня током, как и Лиза может бить током в дождь. И тем более в воде.
Today's no good for going out.
Ну, в любом
Did I say
случае,
that
хотя бы
yesterday as well?
справилась. Думала, сейчас придется перепроходить.
I've completed your trial.
You don't have to report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training. Only you can evaluate the result of this trial. You'll progress faster that way.
Understood.
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so you'll have to...
Have to do what?
Another one of those pesky visitors. I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a part of your training.
Pesky visitor? So even here there are those that Xiao can't deal with?
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis! I've finally come upon the Adepti. Are all
Вот
of you
ему
the
делать
Adepti of this
нечего,
mountain?
вот серьезно. Искатель адептов.
Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg of you, please grant me luck, wealth, and a good career.
Oh, so it's a pilgrim.
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an Adeptus in training.
Perfect. I didn't come in vain then. Although you sound a bit half-hearted. Doesn't matter.
Нет, серьезно? Он разве не знает? Она же из Цесиль.
What blessings can you grant me?
Wow, straight to the point, huh?
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings of the Adepti?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through hard work and earnest
Какой
living.
надоедливый.
It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man, always nagging me.
Он супер раздражающий. Если бы я увидела его в реальной жизни, я не знаю, у меня бы сразу негативное впечатление о нем сложилось, по
Your
крайней
father
мере.
must have experienced it firsthand.
Я
The
бы
lives of the
избегала
common
этого
folk are
человека,
riddled with
общения с
hardships,
таким человеком.
but are also full of joy.
Привет.
A person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Are you a real Adeptus? Why do you speak and behave like us city folk?
Нет, он
You
супер
sure you're not one of those
раздражающий. Это
swindlers who pose as an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money?
у меня даже не хватает слов, чтобы выразить свое негодование.
Ugh, how dare you reprove me? I bet you came here looking for the Adepti yourself.
He might sorta have a point. We did come here looking for
Но
Ganyu
мы же
after all.
пришли не просить какие-то такие вещи.
Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless. I'm leaving.
Nobody's stopping you. Ganyu, don't let that guy ruin your mood.
It's not his behavior. The things he said, he was right. I thought that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me feel like an Adeptus again. But being questioned by him made me realize that But I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor.
Да нет.
As an Adeptus,
It's true. Just believe us.
All right. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. That said, I still trust my initial judgment. If I'm proven right, I'll return to Jueyun Karst once again.
It's a step in the right direction. Let's go.
Отлично. Ой, ну это почти что конец стрима, можно так сказать, наверное, потому что я как раз, как завершу эту сюжетку, буду заканчивать. Но сегодня стрим был немножко скучноватый, потому что я проходила события новые, и там просто все событие состоит из диалогов.
I suppose you have a point. It would be...
That's right. Where do you want to go first, then?
I've spent too much time in the mountains. The first thing that comes to my mind is the sea. Let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come with.
Ой, там, кстати, вроде на 14 дней какие-то плюшки раздают. Если я не ошибаюсь. Вот эти, да, плюшки? Но если честно, я считаю, что все супер. Там и крутки, и мора, и карточки опыта. Так. Ну, просто не нужно даже тратить время на споры. Зачем? Сколько бы плюшек не было, людям всегда будет мало.
The sound of the waves in this familiar port. The smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why do you look so moved?
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't taken a stroll around here in a long time.
Huh, that's true. Ganyu seemed to be working all the time.
Well, when I think about my time
Не
here,
воспринимаю все так
I spent most of
серьезно.
it behind a desk filing
Зачем
documents.
просто себе нервы тратить на это?
It put me in
Просто
a certain
игнорирую
mood,
такие сообщения, и
similar
всё.
to the one I felt during my training in Jueyun Karst, in fact.
Я уже говорю, даже на супер классные плюшки всегда будут недовольны люди и будут говорить мало.
Why, isn't it little Miss Ganyu? I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here. You were always so terribly
Ой,
busy.
мне повезло, у меня рекомендации другие, не так много Геншина.
This old man called her Little Miss Ganyu.
Allow me to introduce Uncle Tien. He is...
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Leo after all, and I am the one who has yet to introduce myself.
Uncle Tien is a member of the Liyue Qixing.
What? This grandpa is a member of the Qixing? The same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning my identity. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards. In most people's eyes, I'm just a forgetful and wordy old man.
Uncle Tien is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
Oh, little Miss Ganyu. Your kind words make me feel that my decades of hard work haven't been in vain.
Uncle Tien, a person of your standing should really stop calling me Little Miss Ganyu.
Oh, my apologies. It's not intentional, just a childhood habit of mine. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the Qixing.
У меня сейчас половина рекомендаций ТикТока это как раз о дораме игра в кальмары. Игра в кальмара. Еще раз повторю, ну прям это очень классный сериал, по крайней мере в моем вкусе.
Oh, so you've been friends for many decades
Поэтому я вам
now,
рекомендую
huh?
посмотреть.
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Qixing secretary.
Talking about secretaries, oh, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu,
Yes, she works at Yua High Pavilion and she's my junior. How can I help her?
I don't know myself, really. She's all grown up now and doesn't like to act. May I trouble you to meet her at UAI Pavilion?
With pleasure. Solving the Qixing's problems has always been in my job description.
She's back in character, just like that, huh? Let's move then, to Yuhai Pavilion.
Так, откуда нам будет ближе? Ага, отсюда. Так, нужно подальше, иначе у меня Лиза точно умрет. Как меня перебросить сразу в сюжетку. И убьют мою Лизу потом.
Miss Ganyu, it's been too long. I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of peace in these chaotic times.
Indeed, it has been a while, Weishin. I'm flattered, but aren't you exaggerating a little?
Скажите, пожалуйста, все нормально со стримом? Он никак не прервался?
I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to come, didn't he? Abusing his status as a member of the Qixing to trouble you.
Все хорошо тогда, просто почему-то у меня
Don't worry.
прервался через
I'm
другое
always happy to
устройство.
help a junior colleague from Yua High Pavilion.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also a great mentor.
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered something strange. Well, there are obvious irregularities in the tax declarations of two stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, whether I question this without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can advise?
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario.
Ой, поздравляю тебя с Розалией. Я решила не крутить этот баннер все-таки дальше. Я думаю, лучше покручу стандарт вместо него.
All right. Let's approach it this way then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to their similar wares.
In that case... Ah! I know what you mean, Ms. Ganyu.
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owners...
Yes, you're right.
Неужели мы сейчас так же опять будем бегать? Блин, а можно было и спрыгнуть. Так. Наверное, с ним. Нет, это, наверное, внизу опять, да? Нет, я не хотела с ним разговаривать.
Aha! We meet again, traveler. And you must be from the Yuhai Pavilion? I suppose you're about to place a big order.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept orders directly from Yuhai Pavilion. Should we need to place such an order, we would certainly go to Second Life instead.
What? Second Life? Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng. He's stealing all of my customers.
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records, their business is thriving.
Так, ну из них мне не нравится никто, буквально. Ну хотя Беннет может быть, но я про него еще ничего не знаю.
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us, Mr. Bolai?
Ой, вот я
Don't
хочу
let that
его.
rascal
Чанда,
fool
я
you.
хочу к себе
I
в
know his
команду.
dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy in there.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read very, very carefully.
Ну вот, я уже сказала, может быть Беннета, но я про него ничего не знаю. Но вот остальных Барбара, Фишель, Ноэль. Нет, вот их троих я не хочу. Но Ноэль еще может быть.
Line by line
Но
and
точно не
word by
Барбару
word.
и Фишель.
Ah, here, I found it. That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, he even flaunted it in front of me. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he...
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction.
I told you so. Just as I expected. Ugh, I can't wait to watch.
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this?
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but...
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from Fanmu Carpenters must still have the
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenter. Thank you for shining a light on this case, Mr. Balai.
Oh, please, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you
I'm afraid I can't go to Chinksa Village.
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay in Leo.
Oh, that's so
Снова пустые разговоры. Ой, как-то супер далеко. Я думала, будет сразу в Дюйе. Ну... Не знаю по поводу красоты. Да, она симпатичная, но, например, если сравнивать с Бао, то нет. Ну, мне Люмин больше нравится даже. Не совсем в моем вкусе она.
Ah, welcome, welcome. How can an old carpenter like me help you? I'm usually happy to take new apprentices, but I'm a...
Kingsa really is full of
Hey, I heard that, Flying One.
Paimon's sorry.
Паймон стала говорить много неосторожных словечек.
Master Lu, we've
Сегодня уже
just
не
come to see you
впервые.
and ask you some questions.
Ah, don't worry. Why would the Chising care about an old man like me? Well...
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Second Life has been evading taxation. Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year. Do you still have the
Oh, it's about Second Life. It was a big...
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring against Dongsheng otherwise.
Of course you can. But... I'm not so sprightly anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here. As for old documents and such, I keep... But some troublemakers have recently moved there. Since you need that invoice anyway...
So that's what happened.
I'll leave you to it
Так,
then.
мы сейчас всех
I need to get back to
побьем.
work.
Они потом даже побоятся возвращаться.
Take back the warehouse, find the...
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers.
Oh, Paimon sees
О,
them too.
нет.
It's one of the Fatui.
Ладно.
They must be plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Бал воспринимают ребенком? Бал?
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded
Это
Master Lu's
буквально
warehouse.
самая шикарная женщина в игре.
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation in Liyue has reached rock bottom. We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Besides, I can already feel their malicious intentions. Consider it my intuition as the secretary of the chief.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go teach him a lesson.
Так, ладно, эта ситуация немножечко мимо меня прошла. Но я особо не слежу просто, что происходит. Он еще ледяной, да?
Motion to compel. Incinerate.
Блин, как я попала под его обстрел?
Motion to compel.
You scoundrels!
Из-за этого? Просто из-за такой мелочи?
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your plan. No.
Plan? What plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming against Liyue, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
I'm telling the truth. There's no scheme.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui, suddenly appear on the outskirts of Chinksa village?
Fine. If you really want to know, then, well...
About to... what?
Big berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such a silly excuse.
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh
Ладно,
berries in
это
this
супер
area.
мило сейчас.
Think about it. I'm here alone, and Chinksa village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people. What could I be scheming anyway?
Я не знаю, это так смешно сейчас. Он такой милашка вдруг стал.
Looking at us, it does seem like he feels like he's the victim here.
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? Where's that? I swear, I only came here to pick berries. That's all.
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
I also feel that he's telling the truth.
Whoopsie!
I misjudged the situation and offended you. Our exchange only represents my personal views. If you wish it so, you can find—
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us Fatui.
Yes, precisely.
Я не знаю, что именно меня веселит в данной ситуации. Озвучка, либо... Ну, скорее всего, озвучка. Ее сделали супер милой.
Darn you. How can you wear that solemn face while bullying me like this?
What's your choice then?
Возможно, это из-за того, что его голос кажется достаточно грозным, но при этом такое недовольство немножечко милое.
What bittersweet ending.
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent...
No worries. It's always nice to teach the Fatui a lesson.
Let's keep moving.
Ну, кстати, ягоды мы соберем вместо него. Наши старые... О, это было супер неожиданно.
Those troublemakers were nothing more than a few hair churls. Let's show them what we got.
Боже, как ты же меня попал-то, ё-моё. Так, что еще кто-то остался? А, это еще не все.
Motion to compel.
Ух ты, как вас много вдруг стало. Это нужно... Ну ты что? Ой, нет, сегодня точно помощь не понадобится, потому что, ну, я уже сказала, как раз этот сюжет я завершу и буду потихоньку заканчивать. Почему он такой... Да что ты меня бьешь? Какой-то он слишком плотненький.
This one is an invoice from One Man Restaurant. Some dining tables and chairs. That's not it.
Так. Ух ты, наверху получается еще геокол. Хорошо. Так, сейчас повыше залезем, берем его. Ну нет, ну почему ты падаешь? Тоже не
So
то.
they make coffins too.
Где тогда?
No pain, no
Так,
gain.
где я не вижу стрелочки? Может быть, где-то... Ой, да, 50-й мини-юбилей. Все, спасибо. Сначала сундучок открою.
Oh my.
This one is Second Lives. We finally found it. Let's bring this invoice back.
Скорее всего, просто я тихо говорю, а так у меня громкость микрофона почти на максимуме, а игра, наоборот, убавлена. Постараюсь говорить погромче.
Ms. Ganyu, you're back. I hope it wasn't too...
I promise to help you and I'll keep my word. Nothing to worry about. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction between Second Life and Fanmu Carpenters. We've brought it back.
Oh, thank you so much. Now we can solve...
Agreed. How about we go to...
Проще будет вот так лучше. Блин, у меня голос начал садиться. О, валяшки. Я, короче, когда их вижу, стараюсь всегда собирать, мало ли понадобится. А их не так много.
Isn't it Huixin from the Yuehai Pavilion? I told you that all of my transactions... I do hope that my business won't be a...
Groundless accusations? Mr. Dongsheng, you seem very sure of yourself. But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately. It is...
No. No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just came here to see if you'd confess.
What? Proven guilty? How come?
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be crumbling under Ganyu's pressure. Time for the finishing blow!
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
It's an invoice from Fanmu Carpenters. I'm Master Lu. I didn't...
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the tax record.
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed.
Вот
We wouldn't have
еще
found
одно
out if it weren't for
доказательство
Mr.
того, что
Borlau's aid.
врать нельзя. Все равно это рано или поздно скроется. Даже если это ложь во благо, не стоит.
The lie? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? So he told on me behind my back.
Сейчас он тоже, да, что-нибудь
He's got his own share of dirty
скажет, да-да.
laundry.
Oh? Mr. Dongsha. I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu. I can take it from here.
That's good.
I must say, your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and...
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's old tricks.
My father?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position. That's how Uncle Tien managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many years. I figured that as Uncle Tien's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father. So I decided to use one of your father's tricks.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have a lot to learn about my father.
По поводу
really
Моры,
grateful,
это
Miss
просто
Ganyu.
жиза. У
You're the
меня было
kindest mentor
столько
I've
Моры
ever
всегда
had.
в запасе, и я никогда не парилась. Но у меня
Thank
сейчас
you.
тоже, конечно, есть. Она 1 400 000 где-то. Или 1 300 000. Но то, как быстро она уходит, я такая, стоп, почему так?
Ganyu solved both Huishin's work and family problems. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, you've helped me so much.
That's not necessary.
Then let me treat you to a...
All right,
Всё.
come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline. It'll be my
Почему у
pleasure,
них
Huishin.
везде есть этот обед? Ну, пожалуйста.
Actually, I've already booked Senor Kiosk. I need...
All right.
Так, ну, можем это бежать. Да, я просто хотела зайти.
Miss Ganyu, thank you for accepting my
Можно я
invitation.
пропущу эти
And as for the
диалоги?
two
Вот
of you,
тут
your presence is
буквально
also much appreciated.
ничего важного не будет, я уверена.
That's so kind of you, Huishin. You went...
Truth be told...
Oh? If there's anything I can help you with...
Oh, no, I don't really need help. Could you just listen for a bit?
With pleasure.
Even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I've only decided to join the Yuhai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the Yuhai Pavilion, I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary.
I disagree. You're a great
Thank you. Over the years, I became a mother, too.
Huh? So Uncle Tien is a grandpa!
Influenced by my youthful ideals. At first, I was worried about her. It's not an easy job, but after all that happened this time, I've made up my...
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her... You'll help her, gentle as always, and tell her, your mom. It'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask for, she might still need your guidance in 20+ years.
Huishin, I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Just like when you showed me my father's trick. Having you as their witness makes people...
Witness? It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of Liyue Harbor's history, but I've always regarded it as nothing more. Huishin, you don't know how important those were. You've made me realize that I share another connection with the people of Li. They rely on me.
Of course. You're irreplaceable to us.
That's right.
Hooray! Ganyu's final.
Even if I've really been supplanted, I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary. Regardless, I'll go back and see for my... I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess. No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Ну, наконец-то до нее дошло.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
We're leaving already? Paimon's still hungry.
О, это получается из истории персонажей? Так, где тут выход? А вот. Иногда двери вообще непонятно где. Ну да, она же как раз говорила, что чувствует себя одиноко среди людей. Ой, поздравляю. Но не расстраивайся. Я думала, наоборот, ты порадуешься.
Baisha, are you okay? Look who's...
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We've been working for too long.
We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all, given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duties again.
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the human.
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strenuous work, please.
All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand
Но
into
мне
government affairs, business
вообще
affairs,
Сара,
and
по-моему,
civil affairs.
C3.
Mark out the
Я
tasks that
ее
haven't
вообще
been
не
started,
собираюсь
and those
прокачивать.
that are in progress. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course.
Oh, finally.
Ну что, все?
Yes, I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't... To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work. I'd like to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would...
Sure, but are you...
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it, shall we?
Нет, я не собираюсь качать Сару, потому что я не играю за лучников. Просто по этой причине. Так, ну что, пришло время моих любимых круток. Буду крутить я стандартный баннер, потому что обычный не хочу. Круток. Я сейчас не буду принимать в игру, потому что сейчас после круток я буду заканчивать стрим. Поэтому не обижайтесь. Я хочу, может, Чичи мне выпадет. Просто из-за этого. Лук, когда я не играю за лучников, обожаю. Ну, хотя да, но мне нравится Тартали, когда он именно с мечом. Или это у него не меч, но в целом. Ну, как всегда, мне ничего хорошего не выпадает. Так, интересно, сколько у меня на ивентовом круток? Надо посмотреть. Так, 6, 12, 18, 24, 25 только. Ну да, я понимаю. $25 у меня круток. Короче, сейчас я теперь буду копить примагемы, чтобы потом потратиться на Тарталю. Я надеюсь, он мне все-таки выпадет. Тем более у меня уже одна крутка есть. Осталось всего 55. И, возможно, потом он мне выпадет. Ой, 54. Ну что, вообще, я буду заканчивать стрим потихоньку, потому что уже 10 часов вечера, уже поздно. Стрим идет почти 3 часа. Завтра по плану я собираюсь проводить стрим. Примерно где-то в 5-6 вечера, потому что сегодня я слегка запозднилась. Вот. Надеюсь, завтра придете. Всем спасибо за то, что пришли, комментировали, общались со мной. Завтра еще увидимся. Всем пока и спокойной ночи.